A 53-year-old woman, Betty Brown, is leaving prison after 29 years. The wardens say women age faster in prison.
Am I scared? Am I afraid? Absolutely. Because I've been locked up for such a long time. But I'm gonna be all right.
America has an unprecedented number of older women serving long sentences in prison. Betty's blood pressure is high. She's on seizure medications. In for second-degree murder, she was a mentor over the years for Salila Stokes.
Oh, baby, you always crying. It's gonna be all right.
Let me tell you something. The same way that I made it, you're gonna make it.
This one prisoner has cost taxpayers more than $1 million during her incarceration. And after all these years, Betty is taking with her $50, 5 boxes of books, and a thank you for the warden.
Miss Chippendale.
Mr. Kumakamase, it was nice knowing you.
Thank you very much.
Just a few more steps. I gotta make it. I made it this far. Oh, real air. Real air.
Warden Chippendale has nearly 90 programs in Maryland.
Makes a difference when they leave?
I think it makes a huge difference.
Experts say education reduces recidivism by 43%. Goucher College offers classes in Maryland, but there's a waiting list. In addition to the programs, Warden Chippendale says something else is important, keeping a woman connected to humanity. Their big night, the prison version of Dancing with the Stars. It's just like in the TV show.
You know, the wave.
Prisoners with good behavior can apply to compete.
I practice like every day, even in my cell.
This inmate is really nervous.
She was an older lady than me, so I was like, oh no, I cannot drop this lady.
So the officers bring the clothes and look at the transformation before, after, before, after. Inmates facing decades in prison as rock stars.
I look at technique, I look at synchronization and choreography.
They dance, and the judges, who include the assistant warden and officers, vote. The prize, some small things we might take for granted.
Toothbrush, soap.
The winner is the oldest contestant. She's 48.
It makes me feel happy instead of being negative all the time.
And so what is the recidivism rate in Maryland? 40.5% in 2012. The latest national rate is 68%.
And I think it is because we've invested time, we've invested money and talent into providing resources for offenders.
Hold up right there.
But as we said, every state has a different philosophy. Tennessee believes prisoners should be rigidly controlled in how they walk and dress.
So the female offenders walk in a straight line. They have their hands out of their pockets, and that's for a safety reason.
They also have programs in Tennessee, about 27 of them. And their recidivism rate here, the latest published data is from 2007. It's 46%. And while I'm there at Tennessee, I start talking to a prisoner who's about to be released.
And then, excuse me, I'm gonna have to record that she has to be behind a barrier when she talks to you at the door. She'll have to be sitting with her feet. That's our policy.
Do you have a favorite book here?
I think Augustine Burroughs, I like Possible Side Effects. He wrote Running with Scissors.
Yes.
I love him. Good morning.
Later at breakfast, Jessie Thomas tells me about her medications, Pamelor, Prozac, Tegretol, for mental health problems.
One's for depression, one's for bipolar, and one's for anxiety and ADHD.
She's in prison for theft and says she started using drugs as a teenager. Jessie also tells me she found a soulmate in prison, but her soulmate is in for 25 years.
I love you. I love you. It's just a really healthy relationship.
To live is to suffer, to survive is to find meaning in the suffering.
So on the day she walks out, she has $68, 3 T-shirts, a few notes from her girlfriend. And even though she's supposed to be given 14 days of medication, she says she has nothing. A younger sister picks her up. Their first stop, Taco Bell.
Can I have a cheesy gordita crunch?
But the sister can only keep her one night. Jessie says she wrote halfway houses, shelters, job centers, but 2 rejected her and the others didn't answer. In the car, a favorite song.
Feel like you still have a choice. If we all light up, we can scare away the dark.
Starting fresh, starting over. I see it really overwhelming.
On her first night free, she records a video diary.
A lot of options, and I'm scared to make the bad ones. I'm scared to make the wrong ones, so I don't want to make any. I don't know what to do to distract myself. The only thing I've ever really done is really just get high. Maybe I'll get some sleep. Maybe I'll just lay here and think about sleeping.
Experts say the first month out of prison is the most important. Jessie says it was 9 days after she walked out she finally got her medication, and she's already missed 20 doses. She got a job washing dishes, but 34 days after her release, police charged Jessie with robbing 2 pharmacies to get money for street drugs. Tonight, Jessie is back in jail. We have been looking into what other Western countries are doing, and we discovered they tend to use more fines, treatment, and support programs for nonviolent offenders instead of incarceration. And they say it's more effective. While here at home, advocates of prison reform say that approach would cost a fraction of what we spend every year on prisons and would be better at preventing crime.
Next,
There she is.
visiting hours of families who didn't ask for this, serving a sentence too.
Hey, boy.
When we return.